Hi students, today's topic is find the root of the following quadratic equation by factorization. So they are given the quadratic equations. We have to find the roots by factorization method. Another name for factorization method is splitting the middle term. Quadratic equation will have two roots. So let us solve the problem. The first problem is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. First you have to split minus 10 into two numbers. When you add or subtract, you have to get minus 3. That is the coefficient of x. So minus 10, 5 2s are 10, and when you add or subtract, you should get minus 3. Since you have minus here, when you multiply, you should get minus. That's why I will assign 5. For 5, I will assign minus sign. Now 5 2s are 10. Plus into minus is minus. And minus 2 plus 2. Plus into minus is minus. You have to subtract. When you subtract 5, minus 2 will get 3. And the greater number sign is minus. So all the conditions are satisfied. Now I am going to split minus 3x as minus 5x and plus 2x. That is x square minus 3x will be splitted as minus 5x plus 2x minus 10, which is equals to 0, and we have to group two terms together, and from this term we can take x as common. If I take x as common, here x will be remaining, minus here if I take x as common, 5 will be remaining, plus from these two terms I can take 2 as common. If I take 2 common, x will be remaining. If I take 2 common from 10, 5 will be remaining, which is equals to 0. From this 2 term again I will take x minus 5 is common, that is x minus 5. If I take x minus 5 as common, the remaining terms will be x plus 2, which is equals to 0. So product of any two terms is equals to 0, means any one of the term will be 0. That's why I can write it as x minus 5 is equals to 0, or x plus 2 is equals to 0. On transposing, x will be plus 5 will become minus 5 will become plus 5, or x is equals to plus 2 will be minus 2. So therefore the roots are x is equals to 5 or minus 2. Here the problem is 2x square plus x minus 6 is equals to 0. You have to multiply 2 and minus 6. 2 into minus 6 will be minus 12. Now you have to split minus 12 into two factors, and when you add or subtract, you should get plus 1. That is 4 3s are 12. Since you have a minus here, on multiplying these two numbers you should get minus 12. That's why I will assign minus 2 for 3. So 4 3s are 12, plus into minus is minus. So this condition is satisfied. Now we have to check for this. So 4 minus 3 is plus 1. So all the conditions are satisfied. Now I can apply this for splitting the middle term. That is 2x square plus x can be written as 4x minus 3x minus 6. Now I will group two terms together. Now I will take 2 as common, 2x as common. If I take 2x as common, here x will be remaining and here 2 will be remaining. And here minus 3x and minus 6, I will take minus 3 as common. If I take minus 3 as common, here x will be remaining. Minus into minus is plus. 3 2s are 6, that's why 2, which is equals to 0. And here we can take x plus 2 as common. X plus 2, if I take it as common, the remaining term will be 2x minus 3, which is equals to 0. Product of any two terms are 0, means any one of the term will be 0. That's why we can write it as x plus 2 is equals to 0, or 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. X will be plus 2, when it goes to the other side it becomes minus 2, or 2x minus 3, when it goes to the other side it becomes 3, and x is equals to 3. multiplication, when it comes to the other side, it comes to the as division. So x is equals to minus 2 or x is equals to 3 by 2. So the roots are x is equals to minus 2 or x is equals to 3 by 2.
Yeah.
The third question is square root of 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equals to 0. Now we have to multiply root 2 into 5 root 2, which is equals to 5. Root 2 into root 2 will be 2. So we got 10. 10 we should split it as 2 factors. And when we add or subtract, we have to get 10. So that will be, we can write it as 5 2s are 10. And when we add 5 plus 2 is 7. So all the conditions are satisfied. Now we can split 7x as 5x and 2x. That will solve root 2x square plus 7x can be split it as 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equals to 0. Now we have to group two terms together. And here when we see x is common, if I take x as common here, root 2 x will be remaining plus 5 plus here we can take root 2 as common. If I take root 2 as common, here root 2 x will be remaining plus 5 which is equals to 0. Now root 2x plus 5 we can take it as common. Root 2x plus 5, if I take it as common, then x plus root 2 will be remaining, which is equals to 0. Now product of any two numbers is equals to 0 means any one of the number will be 0. That is square root of 2x plus 5 is equals to 0 or x plus root 2 is equals to 0. So this will be square root of 2x which is equals to plus 5. When it goes to the other side, it becomes minus 5, or x is equals to plus 2. When it goes to the other side, minus square root of 2. Here x will be minus 5 divided by square root of 2, or x is equals to minus square root of 2. Therefore, the roots are x is equals to minus 5 divided by root 2 or minus square root of 2. The fourth question is 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equals to 0. Now I will multiply the equation throughout by 8. So it will be 8 into 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 which is equals to 0. 8 2s are 16. X square minus 8x. Here 8 and 8 will get cancelled and we will be left with 1 which is equals to 0. Now we have to multiply 16 into 1, that is 16. Now we have to find the factors of 16 so that when we find the addition or subtraction, we should get minus 8. That is 8 2s are 16. It is not possible. Then one more possibility is 4 4s are 16. So we got here we have to get plus 16, but we need minus 8. That's why I am going to add minus to for both 4, so that minus into minus is plus. 4 4s are 16. Minus into minus is we have to add. When we add, we will get 8, and greater number sign is minus. So all the conditions are satisfied. Now we can split minus 8x as minus 4x and minus 4x, that is 16x square minus 4x plus 1 which is equals to 0. Now we have to group two terms together. if we see these two terms here, 4x is common. So 4x is common. If I take 4x is common here, 4x will be remaining, 4x minus 1. And here if I take minus as common, here in these two terms nothing is common. That's why I am going to take 1 as common. If I take 1 as common, 4x plus into minus is minus 1, which is equals to 0. If I take 4x minus 1 as common, then again 4x minus 1 will be remaining. So that's why 4x minus 1 is equals to 0, or 4x minus 1 is equals to 0. So x will be minus 1 when it goes to the other side, it becomes plus 1, and multiplication when it comes to the other side, it becomes division. Or x is equals to minus 1 when it goes to the other side, it becomes plus 1, and multiplication when it goes to the other side, it becomes division. Here we got two equal roots for the fourth problem, for the given quadratic equation. Therefore the roots are x is equals to 1 by 4 or 1 by 4. Thank you.